spicy? Yeah, see, that's how I got here.
Dear God, please forgive me for the gang, the drugs, the stolen cars.
What the heck, man? Let's move it.
Hey, he is praying, pendejo. Go ahead, baby.
The guy started at the very bottom.
I know I don't look it, but I got a PhD. I'm poor, hungry, and determined, sir.
Okay, I can see you're gonna be a weird one.
What's happening?
Layoffs, son. Lots of them.
Frito-Lay isn't getting enough orders to keep the factory open.
Who eats Cool Ranch anyway? That lady.
Ow, wow, 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 wow.
What is it?
It burns.
Stop eating it.
No, I like it. It burns good.
I had been searching for an answer. And there it was. They had been there the entire time.
Nothing can hold you back.
I got an idea. It's a spicy chip. It's gonna change everything. It will save our factory.
And you're a janitor.
Okay, no, hang on.
No one can kill your vibe.
Figure out the next step. Say the Hispanic market will not be ignored.
The Hispanic market will not be ignored.
Good, but in your voice.
You got the fire inside.
Why are we wasting time on this janitor's crazy idea?
Guys like you and me, we don't get shots like this.
You see that guy right there? I see a chingon, a montañez.
Yo soy montañez.
Soy montañez.
Get out there and be great.
Nothing can hold you back.
We want to know that we matter to you. If we knew that there was a product out there for us, we'd say, take all our money, cabrones.
You got the fire inside.
I got a little hood there at the end, but
You got the fire, you got the
Ow, 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 burns.
Burns good or burns bad?
It burns good.
Hello everyone and welcome to another movie review. I am happy that you can join me today. If you are new to this channel, welcome. Happy to have you here. Click the subscribe button below for future notifications and updates. Also click the like button and share with other movie fans. So today I am reviewing the new movie Flamin' Hot, directed by Eva Longoria. It stars Jesse Garcia and Annie Gonzalez. According to reports, Flamin' Hot is a biographical comedy drama. It clocks in at 1 hour 40 minutes, and it is based on the book A Boy, a Burrito, and a Cookie from Janitor to Executive by Richard Montañez. It premiered at the South by Southwest Film Festival in March. So, last Friday was National Movie Night, and when I watched the trailer for this film, I thought, this is a film I am excited to see, so I knew how I was going to spend my Friday night. A couple of weeks ago, I saw an interview Eva Longoria did that is now posted on YouTube, and I will post the link below in the comments section in case you want to watch it. And she talked about how it appears that Hollywood is making progress when it comes to inclusion, but when you look at the statistics, the data, the numbers, Hollywood is not doing as well as it should in terms of inclusion and diversity behind and in front of the camera. So I had to think for a while, and I realized this is the first feature I have watched that is directed by a Latina filmmaker. I watched films directed by Latin American male directors like Guillermo del Toro, Alfonso Cuarón, Alejandro González Iñárritu. I have watched plenty of films that star Latin American actors, male and female, but never a film directed by a Latin American woman. So Eva Longoria gave me some food for thought. Flamin' Hot tells the true story of a man named Richard Montañez, who was born and raised in Southern California. He comes from a Mexican family, and he was a janitor for Frito-Lay, and he ends up becoming the director of multicultural marketing for the company. How did that happen? Well, the movie starts off when Richie, played by Jesse Garcia, is a kid. We're talking 10, 12 years old, and He was bullied in school for being Mexican and bringing burritos to school for lunch. Out of necessity, to stop the bullying, he offers a bite of burrito to one of the white kids in school, and he turns it into a side hustle. And at this time, he meets Judy, who ends up becoming his childhood sweetheart turned wife, played by Annie Gonzalez. Richie bumps into a cop who wants to know if he stole the money he made from his legit burrito side hustle. He grows up to be a thief, and a few of his friends are Mexican gang members. Fast forward to a day in court, and the judge gives him an ultimatum. Either he goes to jail or he gets an honest job. One of his gang member friends has a job at Frito-Lay, so Richie decides to apply for a janitor job at Frito-Lay. At this particular factory, they make Cheetos, Doritos, and potato chips, and he develops this fascination with how the machines work at the factory. So over time, he has a dream of being a machine engineer like Clarence Baker, played by Dennis Hausbert. Richie works as a janitor during the Reagan years, and when he narrates the story of his life at this point in the film, he says that those years were hard on everyone. There were layoffs, there were budget cuts, and Richie is afraid to lose his job after his gang member friends lose their jobs and go back to making money illegally. So again, out of necessity, Richie tells Judy, hey, I think I have a plan as to how to save jobs and bring back the jobs that were cut. He decides to create a spicy flavored Cheetos. He was inspired by his culture because Mexicans like to put hot sauce on everything. They even put hot sauce on mangoes. And I eat mangoes. Okay, my mother's side of the family is Jamaican, so I eat mangoes all the time. I've just never had it with hot sauce. Eventually, he gets the courage to call the CEO of Frito-Lay, whom at the time was Roger Enrico, played by Tony Shalhoub, to pitch the idea of the new flavor. Clarence backs him up. Eventually, the employees at the plant warm up to the idea, and the CEO decides to take a gamble, and it pays off. It pays off slowly. There is more to this story, so you don't expect the last half hour of the film to unfold the way it did. So what is my grade? I am giving Flamin' Hot 4 out of 5 bags of Flamin' Hot Doritos because that's what I ate when I watched the film. It is hilariously funny. This is Eva Longoria's directorial debut, and for some reason it makes sense that Eva would have the ability to make a comedy. It is heartwarming without being mushy, it is not preachy, and it is so entertaining you can watch this movie over and over and over again. In general, we watch movies to have a good time, to escape for a couple of hours. But what I appreciate about this film is you don't have to be Mexican to relate to Richie. I think many people, regardless of race, regardless of culture, can see themselves in Richie. When Richie was talking about the Reagan years, he reminded me of my mother. I was born during Jimmy Carter's presidency, and my mother was upset when Ronald Reagan was president because Carter supported the WIC program that provided nutritional assistance to pregnant women and children under the age of 5. Reagan made budget cuts to WIC, Social Security, Medicaid, and food stamps. The number of Americans living below the poverty level increased when Reagan was in office. So what Richie said about Reagan, he's right. My mother doesn't have good memories of Reagan either. And another thing I appreciate is Richie is not an overnight success. He was working as a janitor for Frito-Lay for 8 years before he came up with the spicy flavored Cheetos idea. I can appreciate him for thinking outside the box and for not giving up. I mean, this is a good example of someone being able to achieve their own version of the American dream. Most of us will never achieve the American dream for reasons I'm not going to get into, because this is a movie review, not a political commentary. But it's nice to know that if the story is 100% accurate, it's nice to know that he did achieve the American dream. So that is all for today, my friends. I highly recommend that you watch Flamin' Hot, which is on Disney Plus and Hulu. So if you don't have one streaming service, you can always watch the movie on the other. So that's all for today. Take care, and I will see you next time with another movie review. Take care and have fun at the movies.